Hey everyone, welcome to another market analysis video for the week of March 31st, 2014. As kind of a progression from last week, talking about the triangle formation that we've been forming and really kind of coming down to the apex. So, last week we didn't really go anywhere in the sense of uh, finishing the week higher or lower, just kind of tightening, forming that another higher low, and then another lower high, and then finally on Friday putting in another lower high. So as we tighten, expecting a big move here, and it could come this week. Some of the stocks that we talked about last week triggered, and then some of them didn't. So let's start off by going through some of those individual stocks. ALK never broke highs. Still waiting for that one to break out to get long. AMC had a nice entry long above this hammer, just a stop below the low. You could also, put the stop a little bit more aggressive underneath the next low, the next higher low, so to speak, or you could put half of your position under here if you wanted to trail it tightly. But I find that at the beginning of a trade, it's best to leave the stop below the prior swing low for longs and give it a little bit of wiggle room, because once they get away from your entry, that's when they can really turn into big winners. So, when I had first started swing trading all the way back in, I think, 2006, I was a little bit aggressive at first with my stops to kind of protect my losses, but really it's okay to put your stops a little bit wider, in the sense that, we talk about putting them underneath the swing low or the swing high, and calculating that range. So to give you your number of shares, or looking at the option contracts in terms of the total risk. So to determine the number of shares on a position like this, you just take the entry, which is the high above the candle down here, and then subtract that from, let's say, 5-10 cents below the low, and then divide that into your risk amount, and that gives you the number of shares. ASYS was another one that never got a breakout. It failed this uptrend line that we had. BE didn't get our first entry above the high at the hammer, but we are now sitting at a 50% retracement, and broke as well the high of the low bar in the pullback. So this one was a cheaper one, but I did like the stronger move on a little bit higher volume. Cboe is the next one, and this one did kind of break out above the hammer here, and just stop underneath the swing lows. If we do break down, it's the stop is just underneath the swing lows here at 29s. And then DLB was another one that didn't get the breakout yet. And then HII is sitting at its 50% retracement, and we did break above the hammer here, and so sitting long that one. Some of the shorts that I'm looking at for the coming week: HAE, a nice bear flag pattern; KMI, a little bit of a bearish candle up here; MR, an inverted hammer on lower volume; NSR is the last one, looking for this one to break lows. So kind of a mixed bag of long and shorts, and I'm going to remain neutral as long as the market is in this triangle pattern. So once we break out one way or another, it should be a fairly violent move. And in terms of looking for a target on that move, given that the prior trend is up, it would be foreseeable that we continue that trend and move higher. If we look at the ES, as we talked about last week, the targets from the 50% retracement in the daily chart are just above us at 1895, and not too far off from the 1900 level. So we'd be looking for that level to to get a break and then take us up into 1900. The last one I want to talk about is gold. Pulled back right to its 50%, so looking for a buy above the high to low bar in gold as well. So that's all I have for you this week. Again, watch for that apex, that triangle to break on the S&P and the broader market in general, and we should have a lot of good trading opportunities going forward from there. Lots of follow through, some nice trending days for intraday setups, and so trading will be this last week, not a whole lot going on intraday, but once we break the apex or come to the apex and then break, we'll have some good trending days and some good price action to come. So be alert. And in terms of swing trades, I'm definitely staying delta neutral. While I do think the market will go higher, if we do go lower, I want to have some shorts in the bin as well to to balance any weakness in longs. So I hope you all have a great week, and we'll talk to you soon.